friends only on Facebook. I don't know. It don't look like I'm streaming on Facebook. It's weird. I hate when it does that. Hold on. I don't want to have to restart this thing because I don't know if it's gonna actually stream to the other. Okay, so now I'm going live, so that's good. Let me see if I can fix the privacy settings real quick, and then we can go into everything. Okay, hold on. Let me switch this over. Okay. See, the funniest thing is they're trying to pass this guy off as an American black guy, which is crazy. Because if you have eyes, you can clearly see he don't look like an American, a black American. He don't look like a what you would call FBA or so many slogans, terms, Adolf, black American. You know what a black American is. He don't look like one. He looks like he's from India. Could be from India or even like some part of North Africa. Um, but yeah, Din Jabor, that's his name. But yeah, I read about his background. They say that he is from Texas. He's a U.S. born U.S. citizen. They say so. We're gonna go into this. The story. There's a lot of holes in this story. This story is really fishy to me. Like everything about this story, pretty, stupid. Like, and there's even people that saying that the footage look like it's CGI, which is interesting. So I'm gonna look at that, and we're gonna look at that. But there's a lot of people claiming that, you know, people died in this event. So I'm not gonna deny people died, and I'm not gonna deny that people died. I don't know. But, the government is always staging events, okay? And it can stage sacrifices by the number, certain times, New Year's is a ritual, okay? This is not, January 1st do not signify, like, the actual New Year. Y'all are actually doing a winter solstice ritual on that day. But people still celebrate this so-called fake New Year in the dead of winter, and they still celebrate Christmas. And then I did my live stream about Christmas. Why Christmas has nothing to do with the so-called birth of Christ. When it was erected, actually, my state where I was born, Alabama, was the first state to actually celebrate Christmas in 1836. So yeah, and yeah, New Year's, another BS pagan holiday. Has nothing to do with the transition into a new year. So, yeah. Anyways. But let's talk about this situation here with Din Jabbar. Some people are saying it's CGI, surveillance footage. Okay, some people are saying it's a false flag. I'm going to hear other people's perspectives first. We're going to listen to their perspectives. And then I'm going to give my take, pretty much. So here we go.
Start 2025 by supporting free speech. Enjoy 40% off a membership and free tokens.
Happy New Year to all of you. Good morning. And a serious situation in New Orleans, where police are confirming at least 10 people have been killed after somebody appears to have driven in.
Yeah, I don't know if I can, like, play the imagery. I could probably play the audio while it's, like, a still image of her. But I don't want to be striked for like copyright on YouTube. It's just so easy, and I'm streaming on YouTube right now. So I don't know. Play this out a little bit.
Into a crowd on Bourbon Street.
Skip up a little bit. Because, yeah.
Police are calling it a mass casualty event where people were celebrating the new year, as many did all across the country, including in Times Square.
Hey there, Hallie. We are following that rapidly developing situation. Just in the last few moments, we learned there is a mass casualty incident, a large police presence. Again, lots of police lights, a lot of response to that area. There was an alert sent out telling people.
Year starts with a new false flag. And it's not a surprise as we head into 2025 with Donald Trump taking office that we're going to see a lot of these events. It's not a surprise whoever is placed in office, to be quite honest. But the narrative surrounding this false flag is very important to pay attention to, as 10 people were killed on Bourbon Street in New Orleans after a suspect intentionally slammed his truck into a crowd. Now, if your brain is actually critically thinking, if you're actually processing what I'm saying and you're not in a sleep state, in a delta state, as most people's wavelengths are when they're listening to the news, you'll say that story sounds awfully familiar. And that's because this has been the theme over the last 5 to 10 years with a lot of these false flags. There have been cars and trucks used specifically targeting parades around the holidays. It's not a new narrative, and it's not because all of a sudden some strange people out there have a fetish over the holiday season to drive their cars into random people who are out celebrating Christmas or New Year's. It's because of multiple narratives that have to do with driverless vehicles in the future. Now, we'll start with the border narrative. And
Yes, now that I can believe that. That's how they're gonna like really advertise these driverless cars. Like, look at all of this. Like, look at these crazy morons. This, just, ramming them, their vehicles into like, protesters, or I don't know, or just bad drivers in general. Like, they could blame like the fact that there's so many crashes on the fact, humans are stupid and we need these driverless cars. That's going to be marketed more as we get towards 2030. They want everybody in a freaking Tesla, or they're going to create more of these driverless electric cars, which I don't think any of these electric cars are like high tech in any way. If you have to sit there for an hour and a half to fully charge your vehicle, and you can only go 200 miles right now, that's as far as you can go to. You can't even go that far. You can't even get out like the state. For real. Like, it's crazy. But this is being marketed as, the next big thing, and it's, whatever. And, there's other free energy, there were other free energy prototype of, like, cars, like, that can, like, run off of, like, compressed air. There was a compressed air car. Like, you don't even have to put anything in it. It just used air pressure to pretty much get around. And then there was the hemp car. Okay, there was the hydraulic, what was it? The car that runs on water. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying it right. I don't know. But there was so many other, like, inventions of these cars that can run off all these things, outside of, like, gasoline. But they want to force us to use these electric cars that could, like, catch fire at any time. You could, like, be trapped in these, like, what if you say something wrong online, like, anti-government, and, they push a button to, like, lock your car, and, like, your car malfunctions, and, it slams into something, catch fire, kills you. Or runs into a lake, which I've been seeing a lot of that with Tesla cars. some reason, like, a lot of people been dying that way. It just ends up in the lake. I think that happened to like an Asian lady like a few months ago. They're trying to, like, come on, there's so many other ways we can have like this like free energy type of society, but we're limited right now, and they are like poisoning society to make y'all retarded, so we won't come up with these and like creative inventions to make reality more comfortable for everyone around the world. But yeah.
I want to remind people out there, just because an event is a false flag does not mean that there are not actual victims. So, of course, prayers go out to anyone if there are victims from this event. But what a false flag means is that the government stages this event. There are government operatives who go out and carry out these events to bring...
Like I said, yes, this is staged, and they will hire CIA, like, operatives from overseas. Okay, that's why they don't give a fuck. They're not real American citizens. Okay, to like go on these kill missions to kill actual American citizens. Because guess what? We've been taken over. Okay, we've been taken over by real, like, foreign terrorists. Okay, this country. Nobody realized that. Both sides, both political parties, are corrupt. And I've been saying this for over 10 years now, but people who talk like me, real independent political people like me, we're not promoted in the algorithm. They want y'all to still be on this left, right stuff, when you really need to see like reality for what it is, like the full picture here, like both sides. It's just wings to one bird. They're like connected. Both sides are, working for the elite and their agenda. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just going to play this out.
Bring forth a new narrative, or a narrative that has a bigger purpose. So in other words, the government uses people who are operatives to carry out the events on civilians, and then out of those events, the government comes in with new laws, or the government comes in with new narratives, all used for behavioral control and manipulation. Remember, the news is not here to inform you of events that happen. It is here to condition you. That's what it is. It's a conditioning mechanism, and that's why you hear the same repetitive stories most of the time. What happens in these events? There's never really a trial. 1 out of 10 people never live to talk about it, right? Because a dead man never lives to tell a lie, right? And this event, again, this person didn't end up having a trial. But here are the narratives coming out of this story as of me recording it. The suspect supposedly had explosive devices found inside of the vehicle. And of course, the narrative that continues to float, which is trending all over social media, is 1, terror attack, and 2, ISIS. Now, it's always a good time to remind people about the origins of ISIS. And before I do, I'll show you why the narrative of ISIS is trending, because
I honestly think it's crazy they're bringing ISIS back. They're reviving ISIS after 10 years. I think it's like hilarious. People believe anything the news put out here. I see a little speck of people like questioning and saying, "Oh, y'all, this guy is probably MK Ultra, or like what's going on? False flag." I see like a little, like maybe like 1-2%, but everybody, just brain dead zombies believing whatever. Okay, and it's really sounded today. I was watching the news today. It really sounded like they were just making things up as they go with this story. Like, for reals. It's crazy.
of course, in any false flag, it's strategically staged, right? This guy from ISIS strategically put his flag on the back of the vehicle, and that's what all the media coverage out there is pointing to this flag as far as the conservative media goes. The conservative media is saying, why isn't the liberal media pointing out this flag on the back of his truck? And that's how this works. That's how government-created psychological operations work. They plant a flag on the back. The conservatives are in an uproar. Why are the conservatives in an uproar? They're in an uproar because ISIS is in America. And it's fitting heading into 2025 that ISIS is in America as Donald Trump comes in office, because this has to do with the border, right? All the stories over the last couple of years you've heard about the border and border security. You're going to need false flags like this to get digital IDs put into place. And remember, they choose events like parades. They choose places like malls, like schools, like grocery stores to draw you into the PSYOP so that you feel that this could potentially happen to you. This could happen to your children or your brother or sister or someone you know who's just looking to have a good time on New Year's Eve and go out down in New Orleans and celebrate and have a few cocktails and walk around, right? Or someone who was just innocently at the grocery store, or your kids who are innocently sent to school, which I should say, not so innocently sent to school, because there's nothing innocent about those institutions that parents are sending their kids to, which are nothing more than indoctrination camps. But the flag is what the focal point is on from the alt-right media. And ISIS is the word that's trending. For those of you that don't know, the origins of ISIS are directly from the United States government themselves. ISIS is a creation of the Central Intelligence Agency. It was created by our own government. Here's Barry Soetoro, Barack Obama, even talking about it, saying that we're speeding up the training of ISIL forces, ISIL, which is really ISIS. Listen.
So with the additional steps I ordered last month, we're speeding up training of ISIL forces, including volunteers from Sunni tribes in Anbar province. We're speeding up training of ISIL forces. We're speeding up training of ISIL forces.
So again, anytime you hear ISIS or any of these boogeymen groups attached to an event, understand that it's automatically a false flag, because these are all rogue groups that we're told these militant groups are working. They're radicals, they're extremists, right? They're funded by our own government. Look into Operation Timber Sycamore, okay, which was started in Libya. And this is when our government, the CIA, it was a CIA program, which weapons and funds were given to rebels like Al-Qaeda. And then, of course, they don't need to give weapons and things to Al-Qaeda because they just create these groups themselves. They train them here in America and they send them off to carry out these acts. They are government assets. They are government operatives. They're funded by our own government to bring about change to infrastructure, change the laws, change the rules. And in this case with the border, this is all about the digital ID. So the FBI released this statement. This morning, an individual drove a car into a crowd of people on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, killing a number of people and injuring dozens of others. The subject then engaged with local law enforcement and is now deceased. The FBI is the lead investigative agency, and we are working with our partners to investigate this as an act of terrorism. So almost immediately they tell you it's an act of terror. And listen to this clip I'm going to play for you from Fox News. Fox News, within hours of this happening, the morning of this story breaking, because it broke in the middle of the night, they already have information about the license plate of the truck and how convenient it was fed to Fox News, so Fox News could parrot this out to the conservative audience and then get them all in an uproar and angry about border security, because the narrative is that this truck was spotted coming through a place called Eagle Pass. You might remember hearing about Eagle Pass over and over and over again the last year or two, because that's how this entire psychological operation works. Everybody knows of Eagle Pass now because of things like the standoff at Eagle Pass, right? Where the U.S. border enforcement had a showdown with people trying to cross the border. We even saw Texas fighting their own federal government over who should be allowed in, who shouldn't be allowed in. Should the borders be closed? Shouldn't they be closed? The standoff at Eagle Pass, we heard all about it, and how convenient that this car came right across at Eagle Pass.
Bring in David Spunt. He and R. Griff Jenkins are able to report that the suspect drove a truck with a Texas license plate that came through Eagle Pass, Texas, 2 days ago. David, what else do you know about this vehicle?
So we're hearing that the vehicle was traced to coming across from Mexico into the United States at Eagle Pass, Texas, 2 days ago. To be clear, we don't 100% know that this man, and we do know the suspect is a man, was the person driving that crossed the border. That is unclear at this point. We just know that the actual license plate was picked up by a reader at a border crossing. This is per two federal law enforcement sources to Fox News, that it was picked up crossing at that border station at Eagle Pass, Texas, 2 days ago. I know that raises more questions than answers, but we are providing information to our viewers as we get it, the most accurate information. So that's what we know right now.
So again, it came across at Eagle Pass. Everybody who's watching at home doesn't realize they've already been programmed to know what Eagle Pass is. They don't even have to start explaining to you what Eagle Pass is, because you've already been conditioned and trained into knowing what Eagle Pass is. And 2 years ago, nobody would have known what Eagle Pass was, or at least 10 years ago, nobody would have known, because you never would have heard about it on the news. You only hear about it if they're conditioning you. So the second this story breaks, they come on the news, they go to their conservative audience, they're already suspicious about what is this, because they see a flag that they conveniently show you on the back of the truck. And then the Fox media, the conservative media, runs and starts talking about how this truck was spotted crossing Eagle Pass from Mexico into the U.S. So their brains automatically think about the border. They think about Eagle Pass. They think about the other things that are subtly programmed into them from Eagle Pass, like what the federal government has been allowing over the last 4 years by design, telling you these stories of people crossing illegally, because problem, reaction, solution. The solution is a digital ID, that you will not be able to cross borders without one. It's the same thing they wanted during the outbreak. You kept hearing it. It was called a digital passport. They were trying to convince you to get, because they wanted to be able to track who had a cough and who had a sneeze and who was going where. Then we could identify who carriers were. Well, they're using another PSYOP now to get you on board with that. And it's getting you so angry about all the crimes that are happening because the Democrat government's allowed all these illegals into the country, and they're going after young girls on college campuses. They're looting people's homes. The Democratic politicians are.
And these HBCU plebiscites do not understand. These Latin American countries, their age of consent is like 13, 14. So them like coming from over there, crossing the border here, it don't make things better. But the norm over there is marrying a teen girl. And certain parts of Europe also. And Africa. Okay, like some parts of Africa you get married to girls at 12. Okay, Muslim countries. But this is, Americans actually believe that America is the center of the world. Y'all don't think about other cultures. Y'all don't think about the laws of other countries. When actually traveling, some of y'all actually believe the laws here, like, actually, like, I don't know, is transported over there, like our laws, when we travel over there, which is not, you, before going to a foreign country, study the damn culture. That's what I do. I'm not going to a foreign country unless I know how to speak their language. I don't want a translator, and I don't want to be using Google Translator. Like, y'all are just, yeah, you're risking your lives doing that crazy stuff, like, for real. And I want to, like, actually know these languages fluently. So, that's what I'm putting some of my spare time to, is learning other languages. Okay? But, yeah. Anyways, like I'm saying, this whole agenda behind them allowing these millions, I wouldn't say billion yet, but there's been a couple 100 million, probably. That's my rough estimation. I'm sorry. Could be a little less, but a lot of them has came through this past 4 years. You can't deny it. Okay? And, you know, I'm just going to put my little theory out there, okay? A lot of these immigrants, they're coming through. They're they're uninjected, untainted. Okay. 98% of y'all are injected, and I'm sure a lot of y'all are feeling the effects now. Y'all are denying that some of your Okay, some of y'all probably had some issues before, but y'all are denying that the issues you had before didn't get worse because of that, or, you know, you're not connecting the low energy, the fatigue to that. Because, like, for instance, my mom was very active, working out, all that, before she ended up having to get that because she was working in the medical industry. And I told her, I tried to warn her about everything that was going on. I told her why I decided to go on the holistic journey and become a herbalist, because I found out, you know, those things that your people are injecting in you are straight up poison. You're putting poison in your bloodstream. You're putting poison in your body, thinking that it's going to protect you from some invisible force, okay? Some invisible floating entity, okay? That's what y'all really think, and it's really BS, okay? It's all BS. Y'all all believe fucking lies, okay? I promise most of y'all would be so much better if you would stop getting all these poisons in your body. Those of y'all, I'm not going to deny, there are parasitic people out here who probably isn't affected at all by this toxic environment or the toxic waste that they inject or pour into their bodies. But a lot of us who actually are real humans, we are affected. We get rashes, we get pimples, we get you know, all these things on our body, or, like, you know, internally, you know, like maybe a little sick spell now and then, to show that, you know, this environment is toxic and is triggering our immune system, okay, or something that we're eating is triggering our immune system, okay. So yeah, there's certain people who are just perfect out here, you know, don't have nothing going on, have perfect skin, but I promise you, they're fucking robotoids or freaking clones, hybrid humans, toxic people that can handle a lot of toxic waste. I promise you that. They're not fucking real. And they're dumb as fuck, too. Probably. You know, just average NPC. Soaking up everything, normie shit, you know, whatever. Okay? But for most of us, we are, like, you know, affected by this toxic environment, and I'm telling you, like, there's ways that you can detox your body and make your body detox. And, you know, it's important, if you did get a lot of these injectables in your body, to detox and clean out your bloodstream, to strengthen your immune system, because your blood is your life force. Your blood. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna continue playing this anyway. So yeah, that's all I had to say.
And arresting them, they're re-releasing them, allowing them on the streets. This is all to condition you into wanting additional principles to stop those things from happening, like texting and driving. For example, maybe getting into the car. Principles to stop those things from happening, like texting and driving. For example, maybe getting into the car and the phone automatically deactivating from texting, right? Things like that. But it's about driverless vehicles. So you might remember a couple weeks ago, 5 killed, 200 injured in German Christmas market attack. Remember this man who lived to tell his tale, the man who killed 6 in a Christmas parade, got life, the big circus that this guy put on. He put on a complete charade. I'm sure some of you saw clips of it over the years, where he went into the courtroom and acted as his own lawyer. He's completely, utterly insane and narcissistic, done by design. He lived to tell his tale. So you could see an insane man standing in front of a courtroom and start asking yourself, I don't feel safe going outside because there's crazy people like this who are using cars as weapons. Remember the Charlottesville car attack, right? The Charlottesville car attack was a big thing a few years ago with the whole white supremacist narrative that surrounded that. And you could even see how subtly they're doing this, because you could even find a Wikipedia has vehicle ramming attacks as an actual, you know, like if you were looking up terror attacks, vehicle ramming attack, a vehicle ramming attack, also known as vehicle as a weapon, or VAW attacks, because they've normalized this. quietly without people realizing it. They're actually naming this. There are more and more events that are happening where people are taking their cars and using them as weapons. And it's usually targeting a parade. That's usually an error because that's when a lot of people are standing outside, right? And then that's also the narrative. A lot of people go to parades and feel safe at parades. Well, now you can't feel safe at a parade. And what is the problem, reaction, solution? Well, of course, it's to remove drivers from their cars. Everybody in an EV car by 2035. And guess what? If you even ask the algorithm, ask the AIs out there, they tell you there's no exact date for when everyone will have a driverless vehicle. Some predictions say it could be as early as 2035. Others say it could be 2040. But it's in the works. And if you hear stories like this every single month for the next 10 years, you don't think people are going to be conditioned into wanting this? Well, of course they are, because that's how it works. So we have a false flag to lead into the year right off the bat, right? Immediately showing you a flag telling you it's ISIS. People's brains go, what do you mean? How is ISIS in America? They're automatically conditioned already to say, oh my goodness, they're in America because the borders, because we haven't had the borders closed, because the Dems have left the borders open, right? So then they get even angrier and they say, this is ridiculous. Innocent people died. This guy has his ISIS flag on the back of the truck, but I'm not suspicious about the origins of ISIS and the CIA and the fact that the guy actually had the flag on the back of the truck, right? I'm not suspicious about that. He was just proud. He wanted to stick his flag out there and let you know beforehand. And immediately they start talking about what? They start talking about Eagle Pass and how, wait a minute, that truck came from Eagle Pass. We have word immediately. Within hours, they have word that they somehow tracked the license plate to Eagle Pass coming through, right? I mean, how long do we usually hear a not cold case, but any type of crime? It takes a little bit of time. No, within hours, they got the plate, they ran, oh, right, because they could do things really quickly when they want to, right? Or they could just give you a written script and read it out to you really quickly when they want to, which is most of the time. So they conveniently find this thing coming across Eagle Pass, which you've already been conditioned into knowing about, because really when you think of Eagle Pass, it's the face of this entire border psyop over the last 4 years has been Eagle Pass. The pictures you've seen, the news clips which was manufactured that you've seen, all talking about Eagle Pass. So it works perfectly for the false flag, does it not? And then don't forget about all the stories that we've heard over the last 10 years, as crazy as it sounds, about vehicle attacks. How else do you think they're going to condition people into demanding driverless vehicles? The same way they've conditioned people into wanting other civilians to give up their guns, like Operation Orion was all about, right? Where they created these events around schools so that people out there would beg for other civilians to turn in their weapons and allow only the government to be the ones who hold weapons, right? Same thing here. You hear a story, you hear a story, you hear a story. You hear the people who resist to go to electric vehicles, driverless vehicles, and they'll continue to demand it. Now, it's going to take a long time for this to actually happen, but it's subtly there. There's a reason for it. The government can create a psyop any way they want to. The way and the means that they choose is very important, which is why all the school events have to happen with a bang bang. They don't happen with a knife. And if a real one happens with a knife in America, you won't hear about it. In Australia, you will, because they're passing knife ban laws over there. But we're not quite there yet. So in America, if you hear one about a knife, well, you won't hear one because they'll never put it on national news. It has to have a bang bang. It has to have a specific bang bang in the story, because that's how this whole thing works. And that's why you hear about these cars now, a vehicle ramming attack. And again, I'm not saying that there aren't victims or people affected by this. You only know as much as everybody else out there sees, but you have to understand when you hear false flag, don't automatically stand there and yell and say, how dare you? I know someone, or this or that. Understand that it means that the people who are behind the event planned this out with the United States government. That's what a false flag is.
And that's all I be trying to explain to everybody when I be talking about it, when I bring these things up. And this is my first time actually watching this guy's video, okay? All the videos that I got pulled up, this is my first time watching, okay? I've just been watching the normie news all day. So, now I'm coming out with my perspective on things. And I like his video. He seems pretty spot on about pretty much everything. So I'm gonna just play this on out, just like 1 more minute, and then we're gonna go to the next video claiming that the footage is CGI. So I'm just gonna look into it. My thing is, why all the footage that the news give us about these events. Why is it always blurry? I'm gonna see if like this don't look blurry to me, so we actually can't. Well, I think I did see the clip on Twitter actually earlier. It was kind of blurry. You can't really see people getting hit, and then there's like this other angle where he's driving down this alley or something and almost hit this lady, but she miraculously got to the side and they all ran into this building. I don't know if y'all saw that video, but yeah, those are the only two videos I saw. Didn't really get to see anybody get hit, but yeah. And you know, I'm not going to be able to play anything graphic on YouTube, so if I get around to those videos, then I'll have to just stop my stream on YouTube. So those of you who are watching on YouTube, if I just abruptly stop the stream, go to Twitter or Facebook, because I'm still streaming there. Okay?
And they plan these things out not just because they're sadistic psychopaths. They plan it out because there's a narrative to the story. And the narrative of the story is always leading you to where they want to lead you. So in the case of the border, it's all been about getting a digital ID. In the case of the vehicles, it's about eventually getting everybody on board with driverless vehicles where they tell you that nobody's texting and driving, nobody's drinking and driving, everybody's safe. There's no traffic accidents anymore. Of course, that'll only be for regular civilians, not people like us, because if we ever get inside one, they'll drive us right off the road based on our opinions that they know that we have because they're listening to all of us and monitoring us. So the second one of us gets into one of these driverless vehicles, of course, we'll conveniently have some type of an accident. And they'll say, oops, that was just a coinky-dink there. That was 1 out of a million, right? This is how your government operates. Prayers for anybody who is affected, if indeed it is a real event. But make no mistake about it, the government always leaves their calling card. No one there to tell the tale. If there isn't a manifesto, which there won't be one if it's ISIS, because ISIS isn't going to really leave a manifesto, okay? All you need to do is put the ISIS flag. That is the manifesto. But just like Luigi with the United Healthcare manifesto, that's part of it. So they can get you inside the person's brain. They want you to relate to the story. They want you to feel the ins and outs. It's all psychological. I thank everybody for being there. I hope you're all doing well. God bless you and your families, as always.
So yeah, this is one of the videos I was talking about. I don't see anybody getting hit. So if this and the other one where you see him like going down the street and then like turning, like swooping that way towards someone, like you know, it looks like he's going on the sidewalk, but even with that one, it's so blurry, you can't really see anybody getting hit. So if we only get these two videos, then that's not enough evidence for me to say this is a real event. But yeah, there's people that say that, you know, their children and whatever were killed or unalived during this. You know, I said the trigger word, so it's too late anyway. There's people that claim that, you know, their family members' lives were taken and, you know, all that. So, I don't know. Okay? But what I'm saying is the footage I see right here, I don't see anybody getting unalived. And on Twitter, I see a lot of unaliving on Twitter. And the first time I saw these videos was on Twitter. So, like, okay.
Start 2025 by supporting free speech. Enjoy 40% off a membership and free tokens.
Okay, I don't know if I'm allowed to play this on YouTube, but we can go still frame, back, I don't see anybody getting hit at all. Then they miss this person like by like a inch, Like, and y'all can go to like Twitter and see this footage. Now, I don't know if it's like more clips. Okay, so let's see. There's someone narrating, because I might have to back off of YouTube real quick because I do want to view this one, because this is one I probably haven't seen. Okay, new surveillance shows do a flying attack or flying down Bourbon Street. Okay, just doing still frame, because I'm not trying to get taken down. Y'all don't understand. Like, okay, let's see, y'all. Okay, let's see. Okay, I see like a blue. Okay, so okay, so that's supposed to be like the truck. These are the people. It seemed like they make it to the other side in time, but I don't know. If they were hit, you would see them on the ground right here. So this is their bodies right here. This is them. It seemed like they make it miraculously, like they're like within an inch of like impact of this truck. And yeah, see, they're yeah. I don't see anybody on the ground unless like, oh, they were lifted up in the air, which I don't see that on camera at all, which, you know, unfortunately I can't play this out like that. Y'all know how YouTube is, okay? Y'all know how YouTube is, so we can't even have a good, enjoyable live stream because YouTube is just strict and stupid, and I don't have time for a strike right now, okay? Really don't have time. Every time I try to give y'all some good content, here comes a hater fucking striking me down for some BS, okay? But I will leave links to the video because, yeah, unfortunately I can't like play that. All right, so they're saying the Vegas, New Orleans. Okay, so it's all connected.
Start 2025 by supporting free speech. Enjoy 40% off a membership and free token.
Both of the subjects served at Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
So they're telling us the background of both the New Orleans and Las Vegas New Year's Day terrorist attack, and their similarities.
What we do know about that is it's a very large military base, and we have no record that they served in the same unit or even at the same years at Fort Bragg, something that continues.
They probably did, more than likely. They probably still work together today and were ordered to go out on these missions, these kill missions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all understand, we've let a lot of just H-1B employees here. Okay, they're not real Americans. They are not the dreamers that worked hard for their citizenship. Now, dreamers actually do believe in American values, morals, and like the safety of being in America. Okay, these other ones don't give a fuck. Okay, they're getting money for the things they're doing in the now. They feel like they'll have the advantage in this new shift, this new world shift. You know, so they're doing what they're doing to get this in order. Like, a lot of us gotta be unalive to be replaced by them. So y'all gotta wake up and realize that's what we're gonna be going through for the next 6 years. Is pure HE double hockey sticks. They are depopulating. They have a quota. They have to reach by 2030. And I've been telling y'all, okay, Agenda 2030 is not a just crazy conspiracy. They've been talking about this for before I was even born. Like, this is a conspiracy older than me, okay, about the New World Order and Agenda 2030. Agenda 21. Agenda 21 was the full, brainwashing of you people of this, phantom disease. Now y'all actually believe that, viruses ail humanity, and your immune system is like not functioning whatsoever. So you need these concoctions in your bloodstream to protect you from all these little buggies and creatures just constantly trying to invade your body. Like, honestly, I believe my immune system is perfect. I believe the Creator created us with everything we needed to like survive out here. Like every other creature in this reality have everything they need. They don't need shots. They really don't need shots. We don't need shots. But here we are. But there are things like parasites that really ail humanity that they don't really try to get people to purge out of them. Like, a lot of y'all are dealing with intestinal parasites and brain parasites, like the flute worms. The flute worms are parasites that get in your bloodstream and can reach your brain, and I think that has a link with dementia. Okay, the flute worms, pinworms, but a lot of y'all only think about tapeworm when I say parasite, but there's so many parasites. There's like 1,000 parasitic microbes that are trying to invade your body daily, but they got you focused on the germs or the bacterial microbes that your body actually grows within you. Now, your bacterial microbes will actually be good if you actually raise your pH and have your pH at a neutral or high, or, but, they're trying to there's fear mongering now about having a high pH. So whatever. So I'm going to tell y'all to keep your pH neutral, but you can raise your pH high to kill parasites, because I did it. And it won't kill you.
Continues to remain under investigation.
Yeah, it's crazy that they were both ex-military. It kind of got me a little, like, I'm a little on edge and like a little skeptical about hanging out with a lot of my ex-military friends now, because y'all probably got the MK Ultra chip in you. Like, whenever you get that weird, strange private call in the middle of the day or the middle of the night, you answer it and it's like this buzzing sound, like, or this beep, like, that could trigger you to go out here and do crazy shit. You might start driving your car all the way to freaking DC or some shit. Like, a lot of y'all probably got that MK Ultra thing or something. I don't know. But yeah, this is crazy right here. That's all I gotta say.
No connection between them except for the one they just mentioned, I guess. Evil at home. Yes, guys, don't worry, it's absolutely not the...
She needs to get whatever wrong with her mic fixed, because I only can hear her on one side of my, like, headphones. And yeah, as y'all can see, I need some new headphones, y'all. So if you can donate a little something so I can get some new headphones, the link is in the description, or y'all can see up there. I don't know if I got my CashApp up there, because I was trying to stream on, okay. I know everybody's going to be judgy, but yeah. I have a video platform on, I vlog on, OL, okay? Because, hello, like showing off my body. I don't see a problem with having that platform, especially when 90% of my content on there is conspiracy content, and the other is just lingerie pictures, and I barely have that on there now. So I don't see what was the problem, but I get categorized as all the other S workers, even the street walkers and the strippers that's actually rubbing their bodies on people when I don't touch any of you zombies whatsoever. But hey, whatever. So when I stream on there, I notice that I can't say anything about Cash App. So that's why I don't like streaming on there, because I want people to hit my Cash App. That's where I like my money to go. Cash App. So yeah, that's another reason why I don't really stream like that. I need to get some new headphones. The kids like really messed up my little Xbox headphones. That's what I'm using right now, my gaming headphones, because I am a gamer. I play Sims, and yes, I'm gonna be on that new GTA come fall. Yes, I guess November. I guess that's when they're gonna drop it. Hopefully a little earlier than that, but I'm gonna be on that. Okay, I'm gonna be one of the first ones on that. So y'all be, yeah, y'all like I was on GTA 5. Man, I'm gonna be just, yeah. All right. So, but back on topic. We're back on this. I need some new headphones. And so, yeah. Anyways. But the thing with the OF thing, I was just doing like my research on all that, and like how they're making that money and stuff like that, and like what you need to actually blow up, which they are really working their coochies, these ladies. They have to work every day. I can't produce content like that every day, and I'm definitely not trying to co-star, whatever with anybody, like, and the people around here where I'm at really suck. So yeah, it's like a lot of gatekeeping with that, Oh, please cover up. Don't show your hot freaking size 4, size 5 body, but y'all are letting these water buffaloes get away with everything out here. But oh, I can't say shit. Oh no, ooh, whatever. I literally been eating healthy for 10 years, plant-based, but I'm being shamed out of like doing what I want. But I'm not gonna let these Christians say anything, get away with saying anything. I'm just shutting everybody down. I'm calling all y'all fucking slaves. Like, y'all are fucking mental slaves. All of y'all, Christians, Islamic people, y'all are all slaves, still mentally, to the Jesuit elites. Okay, they created your Abrahamic religions. Okay, your religion isn't ancient. The Bible isn't ancient. Christmas was erected in 1836. The first state to celebrate Christmas was Alabama. So now I know Alabama's the most fucking satanic fucking state that hate real women. Okay, y'all pedestalize, black people especially pedestalize hermaphrodites. Y'all pedestalize these big back hermaphrodites. Like, it's like so weird and backwards. Like, here, like, it, I guess here is like the like capital for beta males. The beta males here are looking for big backs that can protect them, like their mommy. Like, they're looking for that big strong. But I'm letting that go right now. That's for another video. I'm sorry. That's my personal experience in this state. Every state is different. And I know I'm just going to piss everybody off that knows me from here. But I had the worst experience here growing up. And then just people still try to backstab me. So I cut off everybody. Like, I cut off everybody that I've known from my past life, because I feel like everybody's just fucking fake and snaky. Like, even people in my family. So that's where I'm at. And I've been like straight up about my spiritual journey, showing everybody everything that I know, and why I backed up. Like, I used to be a Baptist Christian, and then I went through my spiritual journey. Like, I actually started from there. I went through the Hebrew Israelite phase. I miraculously was able to get out of that in the freaking Bible belt. My IQ is high enough to get out of that mental programming and break those chains in the state of Alabama when all my friends are still stuck there, or freaking New Age Christians still going to the Seventh-day Adventist church. Okay, like I myself was Baptist, but you know, I would go to Seventh-day Adventist church because the Seventh-day Adventist church in my city is a black Seventh-day Adventist church. So I went there, and that was my first encounter of like vegetarian foods. I actually started eating that when I was like 12, 13. Plant-based stuff. So I was exposed to that really young and learning about how nature heals your body and stuff like that. But people can get that part, but they won't let go of actually ingesting the poisons or getting the poisons injected into them. Understand, the herbs will never heal you if you're getting poisons injected or consuming poisons from the medical industry. So, it's counterproductive. You're not going to heal yourself. And that's why all these people are saying, oh, herbal medicine is just a hoax. It's not going to heal. You're still getting your shots. Okay, I know Ozempic is new, but okay, let me say you're still getting all these shots. You're still getting, now, I'm not going to say all antibiotics are bad, but the penicillin, moxicillin, all the strong ones, that can shed off your immune system. It's just as bad as, the chemo. It's just as bad as chemo. The penicillins. There's other forms of, there's natural antibiotics you can use to actually kill bad microbes without killing the good microbes. Okay? I can pull up a list, but that's not this video. I make posts, I make videos. I have over 300 videos and more. I've been doing this for a long time, but I'm telling y'all, like, these social platforms really shadow ban people like me. Okay? Real grassroots truthers. They keep putting Tommy Sotomayor and all these creeps like fucking, what's his name? Fresh and Fit, all these red pill fake woke. I know they don't like using the term woke, but fake truthers, okay? Fake truthers. Conspiracy people like Candace Owens. Like, Candace Owens is not a black American either. Okay, yes, she was born, she's an anchor baby, but her folks are from the Caribbean, and she's married to a British white man. Okay, I don't care about the white man part. It's the part that he's foreign, she's foreign, and they're putting on like they care about American conservative views, politics, and values. They are deceivers. I come here truthful about what I believe. I'm telling you right now, straight up. I don't believe in the Abrahamic religions, and this is why I'm not gonna convert back to Abrahamic religions in any form, because it's very oppressive to women, and a lot of these guys do have like some type of pedophilic programming within them too, within, you know, believing in the biblical timeline of things and all. Like, do Christians understand that the Jesus, his origin story, his birth, his mother was 12 years old at the time when she was impregnated by God. Mary was 12 years old. And I explained this to people when I was actually 16, 17 years old. Did you know? Did you know that Mary was... But people just overlooked that. And you know, Joseph was 80 years old. But, and then these pedos, they use the Bible and the Quran to justify what they do. Okay, and that's another thing, okay? These Christians who claim they're against all that, they don't understand that their book justifies that, just that. And the reason why there's a pushback is because, oh, we're in modern times, but these right-wing, Islamic guys that y'all got head of the red pill movement, like Myron Gaines, they're pushing that we need more of this. We need more Christianity, Bible. We need all this shoved down our throats. Put the Bible back in the schools. Make sure women don't need college. He's pushing that women shouldn't go to college. Just be trained to be, incubators and housemaids, pretty much. That's our only purpose as women. So, which I honestly would say that our divine purpose is to have children, but that's not our only purpose. Okay, we're more than just an incubator, but religious men only see us as that. They don't see us as humans with souls. So that's why I'm not converting back to any Abrahamic religion. You can't make me a slave again. I'm sorry. Either respect me or fuck off.
Jews, they are definitely not the enemy. Enemies, both foreign and domestic. When it comes to domestic, obviously it's these guys that are former military. It's pretty simple. Clearly, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar here at home reading his Quran. That's the enemy, for sure. By the way, did you guys know the amazing Muslim prophet Muhammad? Did you guys know he was married to a Roman Catholic? His first wife, Khadijah? And did you know that there is a whole book dedicated to Mary in the Quran? Yes, Mary, the mother of Jesus. Just saying, seems a little odd. New Orleans ISIS terrorist had bomb-making station and Quran open to chilling passage in his home. Muhammad was also illiterate. He couldn't read or write, but yeah, it's fine. So yeah, here we go with the chemicals that aren't there again. Let me see what else. Man, I hate these ads. Like, this is so ridiculous. Yeah, just let's go ahead and move on. Vegas Cybertruck bombing. Breaking. Final moments. Special Forces soldier shot himself in head moments before Cybertruck bombing. Disturbing images of exploded car released. Yeah, so they look a lot like the New Orleans incident, right? Like, somehow they catch it just as the truck is rounding the corner and there's like no traffic around conveniently in freaking Las Vegas. Yeah, look at this dork here. Like, this guy, he's just a big dork, but that's who committed the Cybertruck bombing. And by the way, both the Cybertruck and the F-150, that wasn't actually used in New Orleans, both electric vehicles. Yeah. Let's see here. Cybertruck bomber was Rambo-type patriot who loved Trump. Oh. So, of course, here we go again. Crazy Trump lovers. Like, they're just so unhinged. They'll just shoot up a rally or bomb a hotel. Oh, please.
Start 2025 by supporting.
Like, real life, throwing people into the air, they falling under the car, all that. And
Okay, so this is supposed to be like the witness of the guy ramming the truck into the crowd of people, blah. Anyways, so yeah, people are saying he's a crisis actor, so we're just gonna, I just hate the quality. And I was trying to see if I could like get a better quality of this video, because like you won't be able to like really see his facial expressions, how blurry this is right now. I'm trying to see if I can fix it. But nope, I can't fix it. Whatever, we're just gonna watch it.
We having a good time, music playing and all that. A truck, I didn't know it was a Ford F-150. I thought it was like a Yukon or something. A truck hits the corner and comes barreling through people, throwing people like a movie scene, like real life, throwing people into the air, they falling under the car, all that. Like real life, throwing people into the air, they throwing people like a movie scene, like throwing people like a movie scene, like real life, throwing people into the air, they falling under the car, all that. And so a good friend of mine actually passed away.
Not enough emotion. It's not enough emotion for me coming from like his body language. That's what I'm getting. Like, yeah, it's not. I don't know. It do look like he's panning off, looking down, looking at something, looking at some lines or something they got right there for him, like strategically placed to the corner, or like little cue cards, a little something to keep him on track. I don't know.
From getting hit by it. From getting hit by it. A good friend of mine actually passed away from getting hit by it. A good friend of mine actually passed away from getting hit by it. And you know the little divots in the wall just like this? So this is what a lot of people jumped into to get away from the truck. But yeah, so after it gets past us, the guy, I didn't know it was a terrorist, but the guy ends up getting out and shooting people. Like he had ARs and bombs and all that, man. But the aftermath was really what got me. Like bodies all up and down the street. Everybody screaming and hollering. You look down, you see somebody doing CPR. You look around, people crying on the floor. Like brains matter all over the ground. And yeah, it really hurt me to see like one of my closest friends like that. So we ran one way.
No, he's not showing enough emotion for me. His close friend just died in front of him. I had a situation happen to me back in 2019 where I saw a complete stranger get unalived in front of me, and I couldn't compose myself. And then I went on the news. Raw. That shit was crazy. But this, they were, nah, I'm not buying this.
Way, so lying on the floor, like brains matter all over the ground, like brains matter all over that, man. But the aftermath was really what got me. Like he had ARs and bombs, and like he had ARs and bombs and all that, man. But the aftermath was really what got me. Like bodies all up and down the street. Everybody screaming and hollering. You look down, you see somebody doing CPR. You look around, people crying on the floor. Like brains matter all over the ground. And yeah, it really hurt me to see like one of my closest friends like that. So we ran one way. So like about 5 feet away from the curb, and we ran into.
Then got his hair all in his face, so we can't really see what this guy is looking like. Like, dude, you could have pushed the bang back or flipped his hair back or something. Like, dude, what's going on?
The bar to be protected by the little divot. And I'm supposing I could have sworn she was behind me, but now that I'm doing the math, it's seeming like she ran a different direction. But I was assuming she was behind me. So when I ran into there, her cousin was also with me, her best friend was also with me, So I saw her, and then I'm moving people out of the way to try and find her because she's quite small. So I'm moving people out of the way to try to find her. I'm saying, nah, like, where is she? And I turn, where is she? And I try to find her. I'm saying, nah, like, we're quite small. So quite small. So quite small. So I'm moving people out of the way to try to find her. I'm saying, nah, like, we're.
This video is terrible quality, but he's saying he saw the guy smile. You know, we can't really see much. It's really blurry, so I'm just gonna go to the next topic here. Okay. So there's a plane crash that happened. I think it happened today. No, I'm looking at all the videos here on my Twitter, my ex. Okay. Now, the actual impact video, it looks like an explosion, guys. It looks like a freaking explosion. Like, it don't look like a plane. Like, they don't have the footage of the plane, like, diving into the building. So, I don't know. If y'all can find the video, if someone out here got the footage of that, if y'all can, like, send that to me exclusively, I want to be the first to post it. You know, one of the first. I know you probably posted it. But if you got it, share it, send it to me, because nobody else on Twitter got it. They're just showing me this view right here of the hole in the building, on like in the roof of the building. Like, that's all you see is this. Is that the wings of the plane? No. No. Looking for plane debris. And I don't see it. I don't see any debris that signifies that's a plane. Is that a wing? Can someone tell me if that's like a wing right there? Is that the wing of the plane right there? Just, I don't think so. I think I'm seeing just this big hole in the roof, and it looks like someone planted a bomb or bomb in there. It's like went off or something. That's what it looked like. But they say plane crashed, so hey, plane crashed. But unfortunately, Twitter don't have that. But hey, let me see. Is this it? It's a 3-second video of, like, we see smoke. We see smoke. So, don't know what's that about. Okay, crashed into warehouse in California. Point out small plane. So this is like someone doing a CGI thing, composite of what they think might have happened. But all we got is like this explosion. All we see is this video of this explosion. And that's all we have. Okay, 1 person unalived, 15 injured. Now, we're going to have a lot of scripted events of these H-1B terrorists who work for the government unaliving U.S. citizens. A lot of that. Okay? A lot of that. Okay? We allowed that. Okay? First generation. Which I believe, there need to be some more regulations to this whole immigration thing. I'm not one of these HBCU plebiscites that say keep the borders open. Oh, this is their land. I'm not retarded. I'm sorry. I know my history to this country. I know that all brown people like me did not just come out of Africa. Look, there's so much they lied to us about our origins, man. And I be trying to, make videos about that. It's just so many other topics I want to talk about. I just don't want to stay on that topic of just our origins. And I want to do, these current event videos, too. But, people just don't understand. They lied to us about everything. And, for you to be an indigenous person believing that humanity come from primates is really insane. Or related to primates. Modern science says that we are freaking of the primate species. So they're calling us all primates, and you're not an intellectual unless you believe you're a primate. But yet y'all get on here, you get on X and get so emotional when they call you a monkey for doing monkey shit. When you accepted being a African primate with their education right now. I have so much evidence showing that blacks come from other continents, like Aboriginal Australians. They have their own indigenous creation story that aligns with spontaneous generation, which I tell this all the time to these imbeciles in the FBA space, but nobody be wanting to hear that. They just want to hold on to what's mainstream, and you're not intelligent if you question what we are taught mainstream. Like all these fucking boule bootlickers out here claiming that they're revolutionaries when they're not. It's really sickening. Like, I be wanting to punch a lot of y'all in y'all. Oh yeah, oh, that's me being violent. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to be a violent black woman. I'm sorry. But I'm tired of all the posers. And that's why I was backing out of this truther stuff. Because it's so many NPC posers, just zombies out here acting like they know something when they really don't. And they all just still go through the McDonald's drive-through every day. They do everything as normal. They act like they forgot what happened 4 years ago, just sweeping it under the rug. Like, baby, you agreed to be a guinea pig for the biggest human experiment in history. Like, y'all all signed up to be experimented on, and y'all still are signing up to be experimented on. Everybody, Ozempic is the new rave. It's all the rave. That's what y'all using to get rid of that extra body fat in your stomach. That's what y'all doing? Instead of actually working out. And I can show y'all how to stop having, like, all you have to do is parasite cleanse and that appetite will go away. That's what I did. But y'all want to inject strange chemicals in your stomach? And who knows, it might be a parasite in that. It might be a parasite in that vial. Because from what I researched in the 1800s, people were ingesting intestinal parasites to lose weight. So that's probably nothing new under the sun. That's probably what y'all doing now. There's so much I be wanting to talk about, but it's just so little time. And then I have to come at night. Come on here at night to do stuff like this. Because, I do have a family. And, I value my time with the people, I value the people in my life, in the real world. So I spend most of my time in the real world, but I try my best to, put some content out here too, on here. But it takes a lot, and then actually do video editing. And then I would put so much time in some of my old videos just to not get in the algorithm because, this shit is rigged anyway. So once I realized like the algorithm is really rigged, I don't really care. Like I don't put too much energy in stuff, And y'all don't understand, video editing takes so much time. It's just not you record and just press post. You'll be there for hours, maybe even days if you're doing like the actual documentary on something, like with historical, some research and like with, trying to show I'm having brain farts right now. I'm sorry. But you know, trying to do like a whole big like documentary, it'll take like days for you to edit some stuff like that, you know. And I talk to other content creators. You know, you actually got to put aside a lot of time, treat it like a job, which I don't have time to do that. I have to make money in the real world. Okay, so yeah. But I was called an agent, and I barely be on here. I was called an agent because I have a very different perspective on how I see things in this reality. I pay to get my streaming services, okay? You see my headphones. Like, what government agency is paying me? I don't even have a new car. Like, what are y'all talking about? But y'all let the real agents get the bag on here, like Candace Owens. I had one Alabama Negro tell me they would vote for Candace Owens if she's on the polls, which, yes, they're prepping y'all for that. That's gonna probably be 2028, and that's one of my theories right there. I have a video showing that the painting that was in Trump's that's the Oval Office, it had all the former Republican presidents, and then in the middle it had this brown woman walking towards them. Couldn't really make out her face though, but her skin tone was kind of like tannish. Wouldn't say it was too dark. Wasn't like, you know. But my theory was, yeah, that's gonna be Candace Owens, okay? She's a government op. Her husband worked for British intelligence. Her husband is a descendant of slave owners. Her husband is linked in, like, genetically and have blood ties to Zionists. So, yeah, I don't understand why y'all trust Candace. Just because she playing this role like she just woke up. She now sees the light. She now sees that government is corrupt. She just started seeing things clearly 8 months ago. Now we can trust her. They shadow ban and silence people like me who've been doing it for 10 years, been trying to get online to spread the message that the government is poisoning us, keeping us dumb here in America. But they continuously put Candace and all these fake, you know, red pill, conservative, Christian conspiracy people. They put them all in the algorithm for y'all to keep y'all stuck under that Jesuit spell, pretty much. Like, they don't want any of you people to become free and sovereign mentally and free physically. They want y'all to stay stuck under their mental spells, their mental slavery. The religion is mental slavery, okay? Their religion is not saving anybody's souls. Your souls are not being saved, okay? Your souls are being recycled. Especially if you think going into the light is going to take you to heaven. No, you're going to be recycled right back here, put into a newborn body, probably going to be stuck with a mother who believes in injectables and be injected your first day of life and have, you know, the little chips in you, tracking devices and all that, or whatever. That's everybody's future, if we have one. If they allow us to have babies in the future, you know. There's ways that they can make babies without the female human uterus. They can make babies in animal wombs. They have incubators that they can make babies in. Women are becoming obsolete. Okay, we're gonna become obsolete. We're being replaced by men right now. Men. So, in Bussy. Okay, because a lot of y'all women can't tighten up or fix that pH imbalance. Y'all think everybody's walking around with a musky smell or a stench 15 minutes after taking a shower. Not me. That's one of my special qualities. I might not be, a 10 out of 10, but I don't stink. I can say that. I can wake up and put the covers over my head and breathe deeply when I wake up in the morning and know I don't have a fishy odor. Because I did what was necessary to kill the parasites and clean my bloodstream. And I'm doing what's necessary right now and eating high pH foods. Now that I, clean my body out, I mean, I don't have to be strict with my diet. I don't promote veganism. I actually am like on a flexitarian wave right now. I am not touching red meat whatsoever. But, I'm very disciplined whenever I have to do a detox, shutting it all down, back on my vegan tip for that time being. Like 3 weeks. I can do 6 weeks now. Like raw. Like nothing but, juicing and smoothies. Like that's how you actually purge things out of your body, fasting. Eating less than 1,000 calories a day. Fasting won't kill you. Fasting for a few weeks won't kill you, but the media will make it seem like it will. But fasting won't kill a human. Just do it for a few weeks. See how it improves your body. But anyways, I'm just gonna end the stream on that note. I'm gonna probably get back on here tomorrow. I'm not gonna make any promises. I've been trying to make a schedule on like when I can do these things, but I'm really unsure. Okay. Hopefully I can come back later on today. It's Friday. Maybe I can. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Please like and share this video. And if you're new, please subscribe. Subscribe to me on YouTube, American Hidden History channel. So you can find me at American Hidden History, and it's the picture of the, Liberty, Lady Liberty or whatever. So yeah, what else? Well, that's it. Y'all have a good night. I'm sleepy.